Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 4 of the Starting Five podcast. We are here today to bring you a wonderful rendition because we're the greatest. And with me is my normal cast of characters who are decent at best. Starting with my left, the man proving racial stereotypes correct, Jay.
Hello.
To his left, bringing the emotional stability of Dennis Rodman, Viking.
Yeah.
Got them boards.
Over there, all the way across from me, the man who his mama gave him asthma on purpose, Scootsy.
Oh, damn. That's still a problem today.
And then last but not least, a future star of an episode of Cops, Monte.
Holla at your guala, they can't hold me.
And today, we don't have a hot topic, we don't have a rant per se. What we're going to start off with is who we think is winning the MVP race in the NBA. And how fair we think that, it seems that typically right now, a lot of times you hear about Stephen Curry, you hear about James Harden, and then you hear about LeBron and Russell Westbrook. We're wondering and trying to talk through if it's fair that the teams with the best player are the ones that you hear about most because they have the best record. The best player on the best team typically gets more press than the guy who's struggling in an 8 seed team but is bringing it every night. Jay, what do you got to say?
Out of the current MVP race, I can understand why these players are picked, but I definitely think that a winning record is put a little bit too high in the voters' minds. I think players like DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis sometimes get looked over because, well, they've been injured a lot this year, but they also aren't on winning teams, so you don't hear about how great they do night in and night out. Not to take anything away from a crazy good Stephen Curry, an amazing James Harden, and one of the best players I feel to watch in the league is Russell Westbrook. But there are players on teams that do worse than those players on their teams, from a record standpoint, who I feel like are just as important to their team as one of the marquee race participants, MVP race participants, are to their team. Other than that, if we had to pick out of the 4, Stephen Curry is probably my front runner, and James Harden is at a very close second at this point. But yeah, I do think that winning is a bit too high up. Yeah. A winning record is a bit too high up on the thought process of voters.
Okay, what do you got, Mike?
Yeah, I'm with Jay there.
By the way, Viking sounds awful because he yells for a living. It's not, anything like he got strep throat from licking a dumpster with AIDS on it. Nothing like that.
Damn.
So, sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, I agree with Jay. And it's all part of the whole people follow the hype kind of thing. A person can be smart, but people are stupid. People are like sheep. That's a lot of times you have one go one way, and everybody just kind of follows suit. And so you have the best player on the best team. They're going to be in the spotlight. They're going to be on the media. And for all the people who are just kind of daytime ESPN watchers, they'll just catch it at work here and there. That's all they hear about. And although all the time they may not be paying attention or consciously listening, it becomes a subconscious deal where it gets put in your mind. And so when you get asked a question, who's the MVP, that's going to be one of the top things in your mind. So I agree, though, that they count too much for winning, because you'll start making cases for players like, say, Russell or Boogie or Anthony Davis, and then people are like, no, but how many games have they won? And it's like, how many times have you seen a team just win 60 games because of one dude, or you're going to base his performance solely on how their team is winning, because this is a team sport, although it's the MVP race, the most valuable player. Now, I'm not taking away from the fact of how they affect wins, like James Harden and Anthony Davis. When they're not there, the team, especially with Anthony Davis, the team practically tanks. And so I think not having a super good winning record has too much weight, but I'm not taking away from how well your team does when you're on the court and when you're playing, because that definitely that comes into account, because it does matter how big of an impact you have on your team's success. And the flip side of that, when you're not there, then are they failing miserably? So I think it would change up the race a little bit, but I still think Harden, Curry, LeBron, Russ, and then Anthony, I think they'd still probably be my top. And right now, I'm putting it. I really don't know. My bias probably comes into play, but for me, with Russell Westbrook, he's going to be my leading guy. But that's because he's playing like a complete, absolute animal, and Russ and Harden and Steph are right behind him. It's neck and neck. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's really no 1, 2, and 3 spot. They're tied right now, but it's just gonna come down to the wire.
All right, what do you guys go?
I guess I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Out of all, I mean, most MVPs who have won it come from successful teams. I think the one year that Jordan didn't win it, the mailman won it, if I think so. Like, what, 95, 96? I don't know, around that time. So, when I think about it like that, people are going to pick the team that's winning. And they're going to pick the person on that team that's winning. That's the best person on that team. That's just how you do it. For any MVP race, popularity kind of goes into view. And if you're the best team in the NBA, then you're obviously probably going to be one of the most popular people in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And personally, D Rose should be. I'm just kidding. Just my favorite player. But in the MVP race, like I think they kind of focus on winning, like as in like the overall team wise. But like I said, it's a team sport, so winning is crucial. No one likes a loser, and we're in America. Losing is not a good thing. So we're going to win. We're going to try to win. Since the Warriors are the closest team to 70 points in a long time, then you're going to look at Steph Curry as that person. And with James Harden, I mean, like, he's been by himself for, like, the whole season. At least most of the season, he's been by himself. And I'm not going to take away from, Westbrook killing the game, but at the end of the day, you're going to pick a player who's killing it and who's also the team in total is killing it. Mm-hmm. It's like I said, it's a team sport, but when you need someone to come out in that moment for the MVP race, it's going to be a person that's winning, the team is winning, and then they're being successful as well.
Okay. All right. What you got, Monte?
Well, I wasn't really clear cut on this, like who I thought was the MVP, because I haven't been able to watch a lot of basketball. But I did catch 2 games today, and it had like 2 of my candidates in there who I thought was it, because I thought it was between Westbrook and James Harden. And watching that game, man, James Harden is the truth, man. I don't care what nobody say. Like how I mean, not saying that Westbrook, he got his 11th triple double today. 11. Dude got 11 triple doubles. LeBron James, which is my favorite player in the league, just got his first today. Yeah. 1. It's crazy. Westbrook playing on another planet. But like people said, the wins, it equates for a lot more, I guess. Personally, I don't think it should. But like Scooty said, knowing where we're at, and of course, the winners are always put in the spotlight. That's on ESPN. That's on every other sportscast, podcast, anything. They're always putting the winner on the spotlight, and then they put the star of the winning team on the spotlight. And that's the reason why Steph Curry and James Harden have been the front runners. Like, they pretty much got James Harden pretty much got free publicity today by winning the game and winning it over another MVP candidate. And I mean, it's just crazy watching them play. Watching both of them play is just amazing. But I wanted to just have a quick question, like, for everybody to speak freely. Like, do y'all think that the playoffs, like, not the playoffs, but the MVP race, is it, like, what am I trying to say? Is it based more on wins? Should it be based more on wins, or should it be based more on, like, stats originally, like stats in general for one person. Because like you said, if it was just stats, then it would be a totally different thing. It'd be more like the NFL MVP other than what it is now.
Well, I mean, clearly right now, wins play a good part into it. There's really basically 2-3 ways of thinking when it comes to the NBA MVP race. It's best player and the best team. There's the best statistical player and the player with the best moments, best games. And I feel like if you do that, then clearly you would have Stephen Curry, best player on the best team. You would have James Harden, who is a statistical nightmare with his ability to get to the free throw line and his points, efficient points at that. And then you have best moments or best games. That's Russell Westbrook. I mean, you can't say that without having, 11 triple doubles. Some of them which have 40-point triple doubles, which is insane. But it really should come down to, and it might make it a little less eye test, a little more just stat based, would be statistical. And if you go off statistics, it probably even might then be Russell Westbrook because he's second in points, I think somewhere around fifth in assists, and he has the most rebounds for a guard. Like, when I last looked, he was averaging more rebounds than LeBron, which is insane.
I think I got something.
Okay.
We were talking about it, and we were talking about statistics and a player who's statistically doing the best. But we want to think about teams that aren't necessarily like the best teams in the league. But now that I think about it, how many bad teams really have these statistical juggernauts? Like, there aren't a lot of bad teams out there. They're going to have those players that wow you, or going to have those players that can take over a game, like those top players on those top teams. Now that I think about it. Like, there is no Russell Westbrook on the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, the Milwaukee Bucks are in the playoffs, but there is no. That's another point. There is no Russell Westbrook on, let's say,
the Celtics.
The Pistons. Ooh, Pistons are fighting for that spot.
The Celtics.
The Celtics are in it.
You can use any of those teams.
76ers.
76ers is full of young talent. But there's no individual on that team
so bad
that just lights it up statistically that makes you say, hey, this player should be, considered for some accolades or considered for some recognition. Now, somebody might have a good game here and there, but not like to the point where it's like, yo, this person might be the most valuable person to this team in the league. Most valuable player.
Yeah. And you also got to think about when you're doing that is if a team's not any good, there's no game to take over.
Right.
That's what people remember a lot of times is this dude, like James Harden, he took over today when the Thunder and the Rockets were tied 100-100. Comes down, his 2 straight three-pointers.
Right.
Someone's on the 76ers, chances are that's a 100-75 game, and he just scored two threes in a row. No one cares. Because it's not a game. And even then, it's tough to come out and fill it up on the stat sheet whenever it's not a big game. You know you're going to lose.
Right.
That's what also goes into making it so difficult to be an MVP candidate on a terrible team.
I mean, well, you can always do it like how they did Peyton when he was with the Colts and he was hurt all through the whole season and he didn't play not a lick and they lost like all the games but one. And they was like, Peyton Manning should have been most valuable players.
Now, of course,
they didn't win no games without him.
Now, of course, no one actually voted.
Yeah, no one voted for him. But I'm saying they made a case. They made a literal case, and it was on ESPN. Like it was a block, like a 5-minute segment on why he should have been the MVP. Now, can you do that for people in the NBA? That's what I'm saying, like Derrick Rose or Paul George.
Well, see, not necessarily Derrick Rose. He's on a better
Well, I know he plays, but I'm saying
no. Even if he's hurt,
was.
That team is not tanking without Derrick Rose.
Oh, well, okay.
The team still win.
That team's surviving. Butler.
The people you would be talking about is the Pelicans and the Kings. They have 2 great players. Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins are great players. And without them,
games.
You wouldn't count the Pacers?
They're an awful awful team to watch.
Yeah,
Paul
the
George
Pacers
just came
without
back
Paul
today,
George.
though.
But I'm saying, if he was back,
Well, they lost more than Paul George this
Yeah,
past
Lance
year.
Yeah.
Stevens.
Lance
is
Stevens was a
gone.
big part of the success last year, and he's not there anymore.
He ain't even doing good on the Hornets.
Oh, of course not, but he's the
Yeah.
star.
Charlotte,
you know what
so
I mean?
calm down.
Charlotte.
He's definitely in Charlotte.
Charlotte
So-
Hornets.
we got DJ Augustine from
Real
them,
quick,
though.
everybody, let's go around before we move on. Who is right now? You have to pick one and only one person. Who's your MVP? Jay,
James Harden.
Viking,
Russ.
Scootsy.
Is he have to currently be playing?
Yes, he can't be heroes.
James Harden.
As much as I would want to say LeBron, I gotta say James Harden, man. Especially after watching that game today.
Yeah,
I
today's-
gotta
today's
say
was
James
good.
Harden.
And I'm going to say Steph's going to win because he's doing this in... Most of the time, he plays 3 quarters. He doesn't even play 4 quarters because they don't need to. And that's
Yeah.
gross and disgusting. He looks like he's playing a video game. All right, then. Since we've all got our MVP talks and yellings out of our systems, we can go ahead and move on to a little more lighthearted topic, a little fun. Right here, we're going to choose who is our NBA spirit player. Let me describe what I'm talking about. We're all going to go around and say it's Jay's turn. Jay doesn't get to talk. The rest of us are going to come to a decision fairly quickly on who in the NBA, now or previously, describes him. He can look at him on the TV and just be like, yes, this is me.
This is going to be awesome.
So, we're going to start with Jay. So, Jay,
Everyone involved.
there is no talking. And then after we decide, you'll give us a comment. Tell us how correct we were, because we know we're going to be spot
Can
on.
we do like a
Alright.
mixture of like players together if we can't find like a certain one?
Man, you
There's
like,
not a
two
problem
players
with using the
fit into
fusion
one.
card.
A fusion
And
card? Can I throw a polymerization?
If we have
in
to,
there?
let's
No.
try and come up with one. But if we have to, then we have to do what we have to do. So, speaking about Jay, does anybody have any ideas? We can go with Barkley,
Nate
just
Robinson,
off the top,
maybe?
just a round mound of rebounds.
A little Nate Robinson.
Okay.
You know, I see how he
He's
plays.
short.
Yeah.
Viking, what do you got?
Why'd you look at me on
Sinister asshole.
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
Big baby.
Was
Ooh,
that who
Big
y'all-
Baby Davis is not. That's not a bad
So
choice.
It's, so it's Big Baby Davis and Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is like great. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying like that's.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
I mean-
We're not going for greatness stuff. We're going for like more play style, spirit animal.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
let's
why I was
be
saying Nate
honest-
That's what I
Robinson.
want to know.
Yeah, and let's be honest, he's never been great. So
That's why I was saying. That's
Hey,
why I was saying.
hey, unless he's killing a box of donuts.
Oh!
kills it.
Don't chuck her.
That's why I was
That
saying.
slapping
Honestly-
noise you hear is
Honestly,
his
I
belly.
think Big Baby Davis is a great choice. He
But
can
his
shoot
Oh,
very
But
little.
play style wise,
He's way too fat to be as tall as he is. Like, if he were taller, he'd be a normally distributed human being, but he's just not as tall as he should be.
I'm gonna say Brandon Haywood. And for everyone that knows us, y'all know why I picked that. But that's who I'm
Who
gonna
we
say.
got voting?
Brendan Haywood
I
was
got-
good when
I
he was
got-
with Dallas. I don't know
I
where
got
he
Baby
at now.
Davis. He has Brendan Haywood. Scootsy.
I'm gonna pick Nate Robinson. I'll
Nate
give
Robinson?
you a point right there.
I'm gonna go with you on Big Baby.
All right, Big Baby. That's 2 out of 4. That wins the tiebreak because y'all suck.
Oh,
Jay, how do you feel about your spirit
Man, that is
player?
bullshit. Big Baby Davis is one of the most ridiculous motherfuckers of all time. First of all, this motherfucker, what is he, 6'10"? What is he,
He
6'9"?
can't be 6.
Nah, he's
he
like
has to be
6'8",
like
dude.
6.
He's like
Okay,
6'8".
6'9".
At best.
He's like 300
300
pounds shooting
pounds.
jumpers.
Yeah.
he got skinnier this year.
I don't know.
Got
That's
skinnier this
skinnier?
year.
Big Baby Davis? That's skinnier?
I think the term is less fat.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
really, I mean, he has
was
the
right about
height
suicides.
of Michael Jordan and the weight of Shaq.
That's
You
good.
add those together.
And he shoots jumpers, like long
Shaq.
jumpers.
Pull up.
Okay, listen. Okay,
Pull up getting strong.
I completely disagree with my spirit NBA player on a couple reasons.
Hey, man,
First
I
of
gave
all,
you Nate
fuck
Robinson.
you. But the congregant was fucking Big Baby Davis.
My bad. I did introduce
That
that
wasn't me.
too.
I
introduced the Big Baby. I'll take credit for that.
I was cool with
awful.
the. I was cool with
All
the
right,
Charles
well, you've
Barkley
talked enough
deal.
about your spirit,
Son of
man.
bitches.
So you're gonna have to live with it. Next, we're gonna move on to Viking.
Fuck
So,
you, like,
Viking, no
I
talking,
mean,
no talking until the end. What do we got?
What's that dude who played for the Charlotte Bobcats for like 3 seasons?
Adam Morris.
Adam Morris.
That's so fucked up. Well, I don't know his play
I can
style,
see a
though.
little of Dirk with.
Adam Morris is
Viking.
not.
No, I'm talking
Adam
about-
had that
I'm talking
jumper.
about-
He had that jumper.
Adam
Viking,
had
though.
that jumper.
He had that jumper.
That's how he plays.
What?
Like, I ain't never played basketball. with
Gonzaga
Vikings, so-
kind of.
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga
Gonzaga-ish.
Morrison. Like Gonzaga like was the best player on the floor, and he had like all this energy, and the hair was crazy.
Energy, hair was
Great
crazy.
but he had that 80s porn star stash. He did not have
well,
that.
Is he go that a little bit?
He says no.
No.
I don't know. I really
Luke
feel
Walton.
Luke.
like I feel like Dirk could be okay with the long hair, the weird play style.
How you shitting on
He has a bit of a lean back. You know,
So you gonna crap on this man's hope and dream? You gonna give this man a Hall of Famer?
you're right. He's not
I'm
great.
gonna say Steve. I'm gonna say Steve Blake.
Oh,
Steve Blake.
Steve Blake.
That doesn't
Steve
feel
Blake
right.
is good, man.
Steve Blake plays. He
Real quick.
plays a little defense. He used to
Yeah.
play a little defense, and I mean,
I
he
would
shot
say-
the ball.
Yeah,
I'll say,
man.
who's that?
That's good. Steve Blake is decent.
I'll
at
say
everything.
Jason Williams
Like,
more
at
than Steve
everything.
Blake.
Ooh, no white chocolate. Come on.
All right, so let's just go ahead and vote. Scootsy,
I'm gonna say Adam Morrison.
Fonte.
I'm gonna say Steve Blake.
I'm
Damn.
gonna say Adam Morris. That was pretty good.
Adam Morrison.
All right.
Let's go Adam Morrison.
Viking, how you feel about that?
He wasn't a dick in the NBA.
Yeah.
He better than Steve Blake.
He had asthma. Like, he almost
Yeah.
died.
I know.
But at Gonzaga,
He
he
was
ripped. He was dropping him from the G.
He was a
From the
college.
G on the
From the
court.
G from that
He would just pull up
Yeah,
and
you're
so
right.
He was
the
a
man's-
college trooper, man. He was out here.
The man's-
He was a Tebow of the NBA.
The man's
Let's calm
energy.
down.
Really?
The man's energy I can respect,
Yeah.
and that's.
Yeah.
I'm glad you just didn't. I wasn't feeling Dirk. I would have been upset at Dirk, honestly.
Yeah.
Really?
He's slow and like
That's fair.
smooth.
He doesn't have near enough
I'm
energy.
I'm
No,
1,000
no,
miles
no,
an hour and a lot of
Yeah,
times out of
That's
control.
I'm glad.
So,
I'm glad we.
That makes sense.
All right.
The
I
Adam
can,
Morrison
I can dig it
is
even
good.
though he wasn't dick in the NBA.
All right, Scootsy. No more talking.
Okay.
Who do we got? Young Scootsy.
But how does he play? Like, see, this is the problem. that I
Derrick
run into.
Rose, injury.
If you know Scootsy,
That's not bad.
if you know Scootsy, Scootsy gets hurt every time he steps on the
Man.
Half the time,
You know what?
he's playing in like Vans.
Yeah,
So-
that fits, man.
Yeah, he
That-
steps on the court and rolls his ankle.
yeah, Derrick Rose.
no, I'm not.
But
I'm
when
not
he
giving him
turns
that.
it on and he's not hurt, Scootsy's out there
Yeah,
just.
Scootsy's
Oh.
out there like almost decent at best.
Like-
You know what
Almost decent
I mean?
at
like the second last player. You know what I'm saying?
He was playing full court, and I saw this dude kick it into gear one time, and I thought he was gonna burn the rubber off his shit.
Whenever he takes an inhaler before he get out there, he's fast. Like, woo!
Man, well, see, since we talking about fusion and stuff, I'm gonna say like
Oh.
maybe like a fusion of like Tony Snell and Brandon Knight. Like,
Oh my
like put them two together, like Brandon Snell.
Listen, if you're doing play style, listen, even though that'd be the ugliest man, but let's talk about play style. Tony Snell is who Chicago goes to for that off the bench defense. Like that's who they want to guard the best player. Brandon Knight is a potential starting point guard in the NBA, which is not a
That's
bad
what I'm
combination from a play style perspective. Now,
Yeah.
you wanna look at that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't know how you gonna do that. Tony Snell is the blackest,
I'm
most
looking-
cartooniest.
I'm looking at the picture right now.
Oh, he's so
Like,
dark. He's so dark.
All right, so is that your vote?
Yeah, I'm
Brandon
gonna
Snell.
say
Brandon.
Brandon.
I'm gonna have to go with Derrick Rose. I really am.
I'm kind of with the Brandon Snell comparison.
Okay,
Yeah,
Mikey, what do you got?
Going D Rose.
D Rose, how
Hey
we
man,
All right.
2-2, man. You know who
We
he
can't
gonna
let
pick.
him break the
Yeah,
tie. We know what
he
he
gonna
picked.
All right.
I'll switch to Derek. Let's just put a
All
All right, we'll just give
All
him
right,
D
Derrick
Rose.
Rose.
You
But
won.
I
You
look
got
nothing
like
like
a-
Tony. I look nothing like Tony. Alright.
You about as
Alright.
black as
Did you see?
No, I'm not about as black as him. I am not.
You
But I
ever
will-
seen Tony Snell though?
Yes, I have.
Ugly
I'm a
as
Bulls
fuck.
fan.
He got that D though. he got
All
that.
right.
But I agree. I'm
Fonte.
not getting injured every time.
Fonte, no more talking.
Yeah,
I need
the D.
silence. I need silence. What do we got for young Vontae?
Well, I'll tell you, a left-handed, sporadic, weird jump shooting motherfucker. I'm gonna give you Detroit, Josh. What's his name? Josh
What?
Smith.
Josh Smith?
I'm gonna
Josh
give
Smith?
I'm gonna give you
Let's say.
Detroit, Josh.
Detroit, Josh.
Can he
Smith.
shoot free
Jump-
throws?
Just jump shooting. He's just out here
So you
shooting.
mean the playing
The
small
good Josh.
forward, Josh.
Yeah,
Smith.
Right, like
the
he's
position
16.
the position that he likes, Josh
Right,
Smith.
like doing what he wants to, kind of just shooting whatever he feels like. He
Worry about
wants to bring the
rebounds.
ball up from time to time.
Like, do whatever
like
he
not
likes.
playing his position at
Yeah,
all.
before
Just
Van
doing-
Gundy got there, so they had like no coach.
No, yeah.
So he could just do whatever, not show up to practice.
random
some days.
headbands at times. Yeah, That's
feel
what
like
Josh
it.
Smith.
I'm gonna go with Josh Smith.
Headband with the do rag.
Anything else?
With
Josh
the do rag. He's Nelly.
Viking, what do you got? You got anything?
Man, that Josh Smith was too long.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. All right.
Monte's a left-handed ball player who loves to bring the ball up, looks around left, right, kind of scuttles up to the 3-point line.
So no
Just
Terrence
bulls it.
Jones.
I'm not gonna give him Terrence Jones.
All right,
I'm not gonna give
Vontae,
him
how you
Terrence.
feel about your spear player?
I actually like Josh Smith. That's like, as long as it wasn't, I mean, no disrespect to Terrence Jones, as long as it wasn't fuck ass Terrence Jones, I didn't care.
All right, Josh Smith. All right, check this out. Buckets, keep your mouth shut. Everybody, what we got for buckets?
Pistol Pete.
Oh God.
Yeah, man, hell no. Hold on, man. I got somebody, man.
What you got,
Hold
buddy?
up.
What you got?
Go ahead and go
All
around.
right, so I got a couple. I'm either gonna go. Well, I want to say Larry Bird because Larry Bird is that dude who steps on the court. I remember, I forgot who was telling the story, but Larry Bird like came into the gym and some dude was like, "Who's this white whack ass dude looking?" And Larry pulled up from like the elbow and he's like, "Whatever." He pulled up from like the top of the key. They're like, "Whatever." He pulled up from the 3, drained it. Dude was like, "Okay," and then he stepped back like 3 more times, drained all those shots, and they're like, "This dude can't shoot." And then Larry wasn't known for his super athleticism, but he was so crafty and he could shoot.
But Larry,
Larry, I feel like in Larry's mind, he's like, how can I still be the best with the least amount of effort?
He's what? He's what? He's what?
Now,
Nobody strives to be.
My other pick is an obscure pick, and everybody may not know him, but I don't know if you remember Mark Price.
oh, Marky Mark.
Undersized.
Yes. Mark Price can
I
shoot.
only know him because he's from my hometown, Enid, and he could shoot lights out.
He can shoot.
Lights out. He was undersized, and he still managed to make the
He could
USA
shoot.
squad.
I'll give
And
him.
he was on the dream team. So
I dig him. He can shoot a little of a Dirk shot because you got that
Yeah.
Dirk fadeaway on point. Like he just perfected it.
And you know, he was just he was a small town white kid, so he couldn't. He wasn't banging with the big boys like Rodman and Jordan.
He couldn't
but-
bang with them.
Vontae, when you over here brewing, what you got? It's gonna be.
It's like
You went
obvious way.
It's
You
been
went
quiet
in.
for too long.
Well, no, it's not bad though. I actually like this pick. I say it's Nick Stauskas.
Who the fuck? Oh my
Nick
God! Are you
Stauskas,
serious? I just.
the amazing
Oh, no.
player in Michigan that hit all the
I
shots.
know exactly who you talking about.
And then when he got to the NBA, it's kind of like,
what do we call him? What do we
and
call him?
trash. Like, you know,
Why we all fit?
Because, you know
Why
what I'm
did
saying?
why have we brought up 2 names of people who were great in college and fizzled out?
Pistol
I thought these
Pete!
were NBA players.
Because Nick Stauskas was in Michigan, unstoppable.
Hey, man,
He hit all. He was
Pistol
shooting
Pete
like
was the guy in
70%.
college basketball.
In the championship game, he shot like 70% from 3. Then he got to the NBA, played for the Kings, and like I ain't heard of him since. It's kind of like Buckets, man. Buckets, he was like the greatest in high school, man. He fell off.
The greatest height. Buckets is from a small town, so the small town comparisons really make a lot of sense. But if I had to pick, just off the explanation that Viking gave, I might have to pick Larry Bird as well. I was gonna go a different route. I was thinking about maybe going Miritich, from Chicago.
Oh, man.
Kind of doing just shocking the world,
Shocking the
literally
world.
doing everything. But you're undersized, baby. So I got Larry Bird.
Larry
The Larry
give him
Bird
a
comparison
prize,
was
though.
good.
I like
He
the
wasn't
Mark. I
undersized.
like the Mark
But-
Price one. I like
Price
the
was
Mark
cool,
Price
too,
one was good.
But I'm not gonna disrespect my man's like that. I'm gonna give him Larry.
How
Bird.
is that
Mark Price was
disrespect?
Mark Price was good.
What the fuck? Out of comparison between Larry Bird and Mark Price was this?
I mean, we were all
I
not
was-
Hall of Famers.
They-
I'm big baby. I got the worst in this room.
Do you? At least he got a career in the NBA. What's
It's 'cause
that
of Doc.
Morrison do?
If Doc Rivers didn't wasn't holding that fat man's hand the whole time, he'd be bringing that force.
But he's not. That's the difference.
You
All
got
right,
Larry
all right,
Bird.
Vote.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird. I'm going Mark Price because it makes too much sense to me.
I'm gonna go Mark
Because
Price,
he wasn't. Because Buckets, he blows your mind, but to an extent, like
So maybe we play-
because the man tries not to move on.
He doesn't. I mean, we played 2K. We played 2K last year, and I played with Mark Price, and I shot a 3. He just stayed down there cherry picking. Like he's like, give me the rock. I will shoot the coldest threes.
All right, so
Man, if I have to pick between Mark Price and Larry Bird, I'd rather give him Larry Bird though, man. It's just
If it's okay, it's a tie. We got Mark Price and Larry Bird.
can we call him Larry Price?
Can we?
Marky Bird.
Mark Bird. Let's go.
Mark
I like
Bird.
Mark Bird. Let's go. You are Mark Bird. You are a
Bird.
small town, undersized, crafty legend.
you got
I will 100% accept Mark Bird. That seems like a great fit because I really don't try. I really am undersized awfully, especially for considering NBA standards. Okay. I can get behind it. I think everybody got a great player.
Did we?
Let's go around. Let's go around.
Let's start with Jay.
Everybody
Okay,
do
let's start
our
with
players.
Jay. Let's start with Jay. I am
No,
Big Baby Davis. Now I want you to compare Big Baby Davis to every single person
Okay,
these people
we
say.
have Big Baby Davis, Viking.
I just want to chime in. It was shit on each other until it got to buckets, and we gave him the best thing. But I got Adam Morrison, the non-existent NBA player.
Hey man, I'll take D Rose any day. I mean, I get commercials, and I mean,
You got shoes.
I get shoes.
But you don't have knees.
Hey man, I'm gonna be back in the next couple weeks.
You got bags of rocks.
I tell you.
Oh man, I hate knee surgeries. I know how you feel. I got Josh Smith. I got Detroit Josh Smith. I'm definitely cool with that.
Hey,
Do what the fuck I want
I
to.
am the man, the legend, Mark Bird.
The legend of Mark
Of
Bird.
small town.
We
Legend of small
forgot Larry
town.
Bird was from bumfuck Indiana.
Yeah, he's also from nowhere.
Yeah,
Indiana.
it makes sense.
Is he really from? No, where is he
Yeah.
from?
Nigga, bumfuck Indiana.
I don't know.
It's somewhere in
What?
Indiana.
It is Indiana. Though.
Awesome.
All
Somewhere in
right.
Indiana.
So now that I feel like we've all understand our spirit players of the NBA, we're gonna move on to the impromptu question. This is once again, it's a group activity because I like getting the group involved. It feels like a lot of fun. So here's what it is: in a Hunger Games style competition,
Oh.
Shit.
we are going to go around. So say it's Jay's turn. We'll start with Viking. And the rest of us are going to name 4 celebrities that he has to face in that competition. And then we're going to come back to you, Jay, and you're going to describe how you would beat these 4 celebrities that we have came up that you have to fight to the death in a Hunger Games style competition.
For a bit of understanding, Hunger Games as in we kill these individuals.
As in, it's a fight to the death.
Is it just we're naming for him?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
The 4 we'll pick 4 celebrities for Jay.
Okay.
Jay will describe how he's going to win,
Okay.
and then we'll move on to Viking.
Okay.
So, Viking, give us our first celebrity for Jay to fight.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ooh.
All right.
Wait, but
Like
which one though?
like
Which
right
Arnold
now,
Schwarzenegger?
Arnold
Like this
Schwarzenegger?
old ass Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, you can pick from any time in their life.
Prime time, Mr.
Universe?
Mr.
Oh,
Universe.
all right.
Gosh.
Cool.
All right, Scooty.
Cool.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a solid, just easy victory. I'm gonna give you Marilyn Manson.
That's not easy.
Solid.
That's
Easy.
crazy.
That might be scarier than Arnold
wow.
Schwarzenegger.
That's
Easier than Rock. Easier than Rock.
Okay.
You got it right?
I feel like
Jesus,
All
man.
right, who you got?
Justin Bieber.
Okay.
That's
And I'm gonna give you Hov.
Like
Jay-Z.
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 Oh man.
Illuminati on deck.
Okay,
He's
so,
getting all the
tell us,
packages.
how you gonna win
personally,
this?
I'm a tactician, so I'm gonna scope this out from afar at first. If it's Hunger Games, of course,
tactician?
we're not gonna start at the beginning like all together. We're gonna be dropped off in different places of this field of sorts. The way to get Arnold Schwarzenegger is you either leave him for last or get his ass first. I'm gonna get his ass first. I'm going monkey style through the trees on that big man. This is Mr. Universe. There is no way to come at that man to where if you don't immediately hurt or get him on the ground, he will fucking rip you in half.
Oh,
Have you seen Mr. Universe? Google Arnold
It's
Schwarzenegger Mr. Universe picture. So I'm thinking jumping off a tree on his back, instant neck snap. Like that's all I.
Assassin's
If he can snap his neck because
if I can if they give me anything to start with, I don't need a bow and arrow. Just give me one knife. That's all I need is a nice little buoy, a sharp ass buoy, a sheath, some socks, and a bag of rocks, and I got it. So I'm coming straight down on Arnold Schwarzenegger.
They got the styles, right?
Assassin's Creed style neck break. Boom. All right, who's next? Marilyn Manson. That creepy motherfucker fuck around be slithering through the woods. Yeah. All I'm gonna do, he gonna start like eating butterflies and shit. I'm gonna just run up behind him. Hey, what up, Marilyn? He like, he gonna turn around on some weird shit.
Like
just poke him up with the Bowie knife. Just poke him up. Bowie knife. Poke him up. Bowie knife. So after I turn this clear motherfucker into Swiss cheese, I'm going down to Justin. Bieber gonna be scared as shit. He probably gonna be acting like a little bitch. Or he could be crazy. He could surprise everybody. This new Bieber's been doing some reckless shit. He could come like a fucking warrior. That's okay. I feel like in a one-on-one combat situation, I will fuck Bieber up. That's just how I feel. Like if I see Bieber see me, he like, what up with it? I square up. I'm gonna beat the shit out of Bieber. So I'm not too worried about that. He gonna throw, okay, we're gonna get descriptive. He gonna throw a hook. I'm gonna undercut, boom, 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 gut shot, uppercut, takedown, boom, on top, pound him until he stops moving. Just the neck snap, just to end it, just in case. This is Hunger Games, baby. I play for keeps.
Right. And just so you know, this this is pre-Beyonce.
Oh.
Pre-Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Wait.
So
how far pre-Beyonce?
Like
99 Problems, Jay-Z?
No, that's Beyonce. Beyonce was there.
Okay. No. We're talking like he's still a drug dealer who has
reasonable doubt, Jay-Z.
Oh.
Yeah. This is what we're talking.
This is young ho.
Yes, with the trap girlfriend, with the plug mama girl.
Okay. Damn.
I
feel like that literally would be the most complicated situation. Because first of all, if it's that Jay-Z, he gonna have some. Okay, he's gonna have some sort of tall tee on. So if he has some sort of tall tee, that means his punches are gonna have a little snag to him because he's gonna be trying to fight the wind that the t-shirt's creating. So all I need to do is just back up when he's throwing these weird ass punches. Maybe grab that shirt and just ring that motherfucker up and just DDT style. You gotta go into one. I gotta slip a punch, grab his shirt, run behind him, tie it around my hands real tight till it turns into a regular shirt. Then grab his midsection, DDT style, and just mount the top of him. Bowie knife, neck, Bowie knife, neck. And then I win the Hunger Games.
Okay,
that's how it is.
All right, real quick.
Very improbable, but I like it.
Real quick, man. Have y'all ever tried to fight in a tall tee?
You can't fight no tall tee, man. If it's reasonable, he either got a big ass FUBU jersey on, or he has a tall tee on.
They both so hard to fight in.
A Carl Kanai shirt. Inichi,
All
baby.
right. So now we're gonna give our 4 celebrities Viking. See what he's got to work with. Scooty.
All right, Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. All right.
Let me see. Somebody for Gus. Kevin Hart.
And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give you Floyd Mayweather.
What? Oh man,
that's crazy. I'll give you Bill Clinton.
Just a little freebie one out here.
Bill Clinton.
Just a little freebie. You know, throw out Bill.
I mean, shit, you got some crazy stuff going on.
Alright, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that's insane.
Surface level, you look at this fight and you're like, oh my gosh, a 5'11", 175-pound boy in this scenario compared to the gorilla of a man that is Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, we're in the Hunger Games. This is rudimentary. This is out in the wild. And I'm digging this kind of fight. This isn't no everybody on the streets with guns, like out of my element. Like, I'm not thriving here. And so what I'm doing is either I'm finding a knife because, they dropped the pile of stuff, or I'm just going to make a knife kind of like a spear, and I'm going to start setting up traps and stuff. I'm going to just be sneaking around all night. Like, I'm going to be covered in mud and leaves and just, like, camo through the forest. And so all I got to wait for is Vin Diesel to walk by, and I'm going to have this knife. If I have a knife, it's going to be on the end of a stick, and I'm just going to pop right in the knee and drop him one leg. Then I'm going to wait a minute, then I'm going to pop, drop all the ligaments in his other knee. This dude ain't got no legs. He can't fight. He's got huge muscles. He can't swing at me. So all I gotta do is just come up from behind, then wait till dusk, it's dark outside, and just slit his throat. Cause I don't know, his neck is thick. I don't know if I can twist his head. His neck is thick. I don't know if he can twist his head that much. Like his body turns. So that's Vin Diesel's death. And then you get Kevin Hart. Okay.
I be throwing people freebies, man. Give you a rest between fucking.
All right.
Hold on, Kevin Hart is. To be fair, Kevin Hart been in the gym.
Yeah, no, he's been in the gym.
He's a very in shape man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
He's like shorter than me.
Once again,
all right,
though,
real quick.
Buckets,
who did you say?
Floyd Mayweather.
So Floyd Mayweather and Vin Diesel. Kevin Hart is the warm up to the next fight.
all right.
Fair.
Kevin Hart. Well, this is where being in the wild comes to my advantage. Because you look at Kevin Hart and like you can hear him talk about situations and tell that like he is not I don't see the man feeling safe camping. I don't see the dude camping. So being out in the wild, he's freaking out. He does have a lot of energy, but realistically, I'm probably just gonna go toe to toe with this dude. Like I might pull some crazy shit and like jump out of a bush at him to scare him, and I'm gonna go toe to toe and kind of catch him off guard because he's way out of his element, and I love being outside and out in the woods and stuff. So I'm just going toe to toe with Kevin Hart, take my chances on that, and take my chances that my intensity and my energy level is gonna be just enough, and my will is going to be just enough more than his to win. So, appreciate the freebie Vontae shout out. Because I'm going to need to rest up for Floyd.
Seriously.
Alright, so by this time I'm going to have to set up some snares and whatnot. And I'm going to probably have a camp set up somewhere under a rock and a small overhang next to a babbling brook or something like that. But anyways, Floyd's got speed, he's got power, he's got tactics when it comes to fighting. But this is in a ring, in a controlled environment where it's toe to toe with the dude, where you can't go beyond the ropes without being DQ'd. This is the open woods. I could work with a football field size. I could work with a square mile size radius, and just this dude I'm just gonna toy with. I'm just gonna pop in and out of his life. Like he's gonna be looking around. I'm gonna come up for a second, like he's gonna be like and then I'm gonna have a plan. I'm gonna escape, and I'm just gonna wear him down eventually till he's like so psychologically just screwed up from like, this dude keeps coming at me, but he never actually comes at me. I can't find this dude. And then he's just going to be at his breaking point, and that's when I'm just going to swoop in. And I don't know, I'm probably going to try and sneak up on him when he's sleeping at night and kill him. Granted, that doesn't happen. I'm kind of doing the same thing I did with Vin Diesel. I'm going for the knees with a knife or something like that, or a trap. Because take out a man's legs, what are you going to do? You got to crawl. But if he's trying to crawl away and I come at him, he's got to sit there and swing at me, and he can't move and dodge and dip like he could. So, and then he's also at kind of kicking level, so I can just punt him like a football. But there's Floyd's death, and then you gave me Bill Clinton. Homeboy's president, he knows something. He's smart, all right? If you made it to president, like, I don't care how, like, white-collar you think he is. The dude's from Arkansas, and he made it to president, and he had this scandal, but he's still somehow, like, people are like, oh, it's Bill Clinton, but they don't totally disregard him. Like, he probably still has people that like him because, like, he was a former president. So, this is probably going to be my toughest battle out of all of them. Man became president, and he had dirt that came up in his presidency, but you just know he has something in his background that just makes him like nobody knows about, like just some demon that's gonna come out when this Hunger Games starts. But it's gonna be the same strategy. I'm gonna move in the night, and I'm not gonna sleep. I'm gonna be very strategic about when I do rest, and I'm gonna toy with his mind. Toy with his mind. Take a man's legs, take a man's mind. He's yours. It's fish in a barrel. So, same strategy for Bill Clinton. It's kind of boring, but I'm going to win. So.
All right.
Boring or not, I win.
That was frightening.
Yeah.
So, we'll move on to Scooty as fast as we can. Vontae, who you got first celebrity for Scooty?
Derrick Rose.
I'm gonna give you prime Bear Grylls.
Boy! No!
Oh, no!
You lost.
Oh, man. Like the survivor?
Yeah, the survivor guy.
Okay.
He's out here just I
He's out here drinking his own piss. He
He
doesn't care.
ain't never cared.
He'll never die.
I'm gonna give you that motherfucker that was eating people's faces in Florida off them baths.
Oh, come on! You guys get like
I'm gonna give you the
two
zombie.
freebies.
Derrick Rose a freebie, man. You can't lose.
It's ridiculous.
Mikey,
If you thought it was bad, it's about to drop off
Oh,
1,000-foot
oh, you
cliff.
guys ain't shit.
You love your Western movies and you love your Kung Fu movies.
Oh man.
Here comes Bruce Lee.
Oh man.
Damn.
all right, so
Hey man, you get your breast at the beginning. You can't move, man. That's what you want.
You gotta just.
And don't just diss on D Rose. He's from Chicago.
He's from the
He's
streets.
a tough dude.
He's from the streets. He
All right,
goes.
excuse
all
me.
right.
How are you gonna win?
All right. So this
I'm
is what's
waiting.
gonna happen. They're gonna drop me off. I'm gonna find this bow and arrow. I'm gonna take it because I've used bow and arrow before. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna run into the woods. I'm gonna find D Rose somewhere out here massaging his knee or his ankle because he tripped and fell somewhere. I'm gonna take this arrow and I'm gonna shoot. And I'm probably gonna miss the first time. And right when I miss the first time, he's gonna look around. He's probably gonna have a basketball in his hand as a weapon of choice, and use that to dunk on people's heads. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna shoot again right in the jugular. And I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna leave him like that. And when I leave him like that, swooping along, here comes little Bruce Lee just out here peeking, peekaboo style, just like. He's gonna come in. He's gonna curb stomp and kill D Rose for me. And I'm just out here hiding. I'm hiding. All right, and this is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna kill Bruce Lee this way. He's gonna kick me in the chest. He's gonna think I'm dead because I almost am dead. And he's not even gonna take the chance to curb stomp me. He's gonna walk away. You know, Bruce Lee. He's cocky. And I'm gonna get this bow and arrow. And I'm gonna fire, I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna kill him. Right in the jugular. Alright, and then I will finish off Bruce Lee. Because he is the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest. And I will kill off Bruce Lee. And then who'd you have there?
Bear Grylls.
Okay, you had Bear. That's so dumb. Everybody knows he's probably gonna be hiding in the Motel 6 somewhere. So what I'm gonna do out here, he's gonna like leave his piss bottle somewhere. I'm gonna put some like nightshade, just sprinkle that stuff in his little water, shake it up, leave it back down there, hide in the tree, and then he's gonna be like this. Get out of that Motel 6, take a swig.
Picking his piss.
My piss tastes different these days. Die, because they ain't gonna. That was Bear Grylls when he was most likely just out here thugging, and he probably just found a Motel 6. It's like, hey, what not? And then for your last one, which was
What?
Oh my gosh.
Who did you pick?
Oh man, I forgot. I said it and I dropped the mic.
He died. He stepped off the platform too early and blew up. That's what happened to him.
Alright.
It was Bruce Lee, D Rose,
Bear
Grylls.
Grylls.
I said something crazy too.
Yeah,
Man,
that was difficult.
Yeah, he definitely stepped off the platform too early.
Yeah, he did. My nigga did, bro. You that was crazy.
W. I didn't know he was dead, so I went back and they called me champion.
How did we just... Everybody? we just gave him this W?
What up, Vontae? Let's see what we got for
Can we keep going like
What we got for Vontae?
Oh, that's
Buckets.
awful.
It
All
was
right.
bad.
Alright, for Vontae...
Alright, so
I'm gonna give you Chris Kyle from the movie.
I was about to
American
say
Psycho.
that one.
I'm gonna give you the most confirmed kills.
Oh man.
That dude.
I'm gonna give you a lady at the child support center. You have to defeat child support. Oh my god!
I got something for that old bitch. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, that's crazy.
I got something for her.
Oh, that's crazy.
Alright, Mike,
Mike.
you got it.
Oh, that was perfect. That was.
I just love to see this fight. I'm gonna give you big country from the
Roy Nelson.
Roy Nelson.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh,
Scusi, who you
man.
got?
All right,
That was
I'm gonna
easy.
give you the good, bad, and the ugly. No name Clint Eastwood, and this is not the actor. This is the Westerner, and he's gonna just be out here thug because he was surviving. He was surviving in the desert in Mexico.
Oh man.
Who we got?
So I got
Good, bad, and ugly Clint
So I
Eastwood.
got Clint Eastwood, the Western. Then I got Big Country Roy Nelson. I got
Child support.
lady. And then I got. Wait, who else did you say? Buckets? Did they step off the platform and die too?
No.
They stepped off the platform and died too. Yeah.
But your hardest fight is gonna live.
All right.
All
Alright. This what's gonna happen, right? You know what I'm saying? We all gonna start. It's gonna do the little countdown and stuff. I'm staring directly at the child support lady. I don't give a fuck about Clint Eastwood or fucking Roy Nelson. I'm staring right at her. They did 2, 1. They hit that little beep sound. Everybody, they start running from where I'm on the beeline to the child support lady. Right to her ass.
I remember Chris Kyle.
Chris
Kyle.
Kyle. Okay.
He didn't even step off the
All
top.
right.
He up on the top shooting your bitch.
Too
ass.
bad he ain't got no sniper because Hunger Games ain't have shooting weapons.
Okay.
Don't matter. I'm going right for the child support lady because I'm all child support now. Thank you to my lawyer. Shout out. I'm running straight at her bitch ass. I'm tackling her. Fucking grab her knees, slam her, grab her, get on her back. Fucking Chris Benoit, R.I.P. 3 DDTs
Oh my
all
God.
on her fucking head. Just DDTs. I'm gonna do 7 of them like he did on Triple H. Doing
Oh my
7 of
God.
them. Then I'm running up on her, putting her face on one of them little platforms, curve stomping that bitch. She dead. I'm running now because all the mother niggas, fucking old Western ass Clint Eastwood
Get that vengeance
and
on
Roy
the child
Nelson
support.
and Chris Kyle running in the woods. I was trained too. Not as good as Chris Kyle, but I was trained too. So I kind of know what I'm doing. Let everybody scatter out and shit. Come back in the dead of night. Hope Chris Kyle ain't fucking watching me or some with a fucking bow and arrow or a scope or something. Hopefully they don't drop him no fucking gun. Run back, get a knife, you know what I'm saying? Next person I gotta go for is Clint Eastwood because he kind of old. I really don't want to fuck with Chris Kyle in his prime or Roy Nelson because he's too big. So I gotta go after the old dude.
This is Clint Eastwood in his prime too.
Oh, it is? So it's the... Oh, shit. Well, I already chose this fight. It's too late. I had to run up on him. I get the hands with Clint Eastwood. I'm fucking throwing these hooks and uppercuts. He just taking them and throwing them back. I don't know how the fuck he take all these punches. I was like, fuck it. Had to run away for a second because I ain't about to just die right here. Get fucking Clint Eastwood. So I run away. You know what I'm saying? Hide in the tree and shit. They dropped me a care package. And the care package had fucking that bug shit in there for the food. The food for them yellow jackets that sting and kill people. I run up to Clint Eastwood, run past him. I see Roy Nelson, big ass coming too. I don't know what to do. I just fall and act like I died. I got the fucking B shit in my hand. They don't know. They start converging onto me. I open the B shit. I slam the shit on the ground. Do a fucking 007 roll and get the fuck out of there and hope one of them died. Turns out Roy Nelson fat ass couldn't run fast enough, so he died by the yellow jackets. Fucking Clint Eastwood got damaged pretty good, so I run back up on him, you know what I'm saying, jump on his back, knife him in the neck. I got stung by one of them bees too. I almost fucking died. So now I'm limping around with one bad arm, and then I gotta fight Chris Kyle. This is like the worst possible luck I have. Fighting a seal with one arm.
So you beat child support and you gotta fight Chris.
It's like the worst turn of events. So what I do, I'm trying to find him. Probably not gonna find him. So I search for like 2 days trying to find him. I know he been watching me. I can't find him. This shit is impossible. He playing with my fucking mind. He doing the Viking stuff to me. I ain't gonna let him do it. So I go out here to the cornucopia thing where all the weapons started at. Ain't nothing there now. Go there, stand on top, and be like, come at me, bro. And I just stand there and wait for him because I know he see me. And eventually he accept my challenge. You know what I'm saying? We fight on top of the cornucopia. All that water turned into fire. It's all fire now. I'm one arm. It's my left arm, so it's my good arm and shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to lock with it. You know what I'm saying? Throwing some punches. I'm missing and shit. I try to throw my broke arm because my arm got fucked up by the bees. Try to slap him. He grabbed it. He broke it. I couldn't feel it because my arm was already broke. So I just hit him one good time with my left. You know what I'm saying? Do the old fucking wrestling sweep with both legs and sweeped him. Then I grabbed his legs. I tried to fucking slide him off. He kicked me. I'm like, oh shit, do a backflip. I'm hanging on to the edge of the cornucopia. Chris Kyle come up and say some old fancy shit. And I don't know what he's about to say. He tried to stomp my leg, and I grabbed his foot. I grabbed his boot loop, and I threw that bitch off the fucking cornucopia into the fire, and I win. Broke arm and all, nigga. I'm a survivor. I ain't losing like that. Some bullshit.
I'm a survivor. That was amazing.
Had
to fuck the child support lady up, though.
She got it first.
All right. Who you got for me?
Oh, let's see. For buckets. What we got for buckets? Let's give buckets something fun. Let's give buckets something exciting.
You want to go?
Let's give buckets something crazy. I want to give buckets Brock Lesnar.
Ooh,
I'm
man.
gonna start you.
Oh, come on.
Ooh,
Fucking Lesnar.
Ooh, I got something for you.
Prime time Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, I'm talking about prime time Royce Gracie.
All right, Vontae,
I'm
it's your
just throw
turn.
some random shit. Still a prime time person, but it shouldn't be that hard per se. Prime time Carl Lewis.
What did you say? It shouldn't be hard.
Carl Lewis. You can't catch him.
What just happened here?
Look, bro, how you gonna
Everybody else got someone random. Fonzie got child support lady.
I fucked that bitch up.
I have nothing but killers out here.
Remember your people, by the way.
Well, Carl Lewis,
mine was
ain't.
ridiculous, but I can,
Okay.
Yeah, Carl Lewis ain't a killer, man. You ain't gonna catch him.
All right.
You
No.
Good luck with bro.
So, we're all going to start off. We're going to be out there. And then I look over. I see Brock Lesnar. He's looking at me, championship caliber wrestler that he is, a monster, UFC former champion. And I'm going to look him dead in his eyes, squared up. Me and you. And then I'm going to turn and run the other way. Fully all the way away from him. Hide for days.
For days.
Days. I'm talking, I don't move, I don't drink, I don't know how I'm still alive. Days. And then 3 days later, Brock Lesnar comes stumbling by because he's tired. He hasn't ate. He hasn't drank anything. Me neither, but for some reason, I'm okay. So he comes by, I trip him. He's on the ground. He's a wrestler, so he gets up real fast and tries to suplex me. I run away again. But this time I find the Babbling Brook that was left there last time Viking was there, and I find his camp. So I set up it as my camp now. This is now Camp Buckets. So I'm in there. I get myself some food. I get some water. I hide again, wait for Lesnar. He comes stumbling back by. Now it's been 7 days. He still hasn't ate. He's basically a zombie at this point. So I find the biggest rock I can find. Wait for him to walk by. Trip him. Rock! Right in the back of the head. Dead immediately.
Rock!
So, that gets through to Brock Lesnar. Who's a Viking? Who'd you have? You had
Sylvester
Stallone.
Prime time.
All right.
Rocky
So,
2.
the weird thing
Right
about
out of
this
porn.
is, I knew I was fighting him before we started. So right before he took his pre-Hunger Games steroids, I switched it out with cat rabies. So at this point, this is a week later. We're still in this thing. A week later, he's walking on 4 legs, assuming that he is a cat. And so he's just trying to crawl around, bite anything he can find. So he comes crawling through, and I'm like, oh, hey, look. That's that Stallone dude that I gave the cat rabies to. So I start calling him. I'm like, oh, come here, kitty. He responds. I'm like, oh, this is actually going to work. This is going to work right here. And then he stands up, throws a haymaker. I pretend I died. He basically killed me, but I get back up 2 more days later. I look around. I'm confused. I thought I died. Turns out he took over Camp Viking, so it's now Camp Rocky. I'm on the outskirts of Camp Rocky, and I get up, look around, decide, I really need Camp Buckets back. That's the only way I survived. This has been almost 2 weeks now. This is ridiculous. No one's even watching anymore. Like, the people that were watching the Hunger Games, they quit watching because it's just boring. No one's even killing each other. One time I killed Brock with a rock.
I killed Brock.
So, I wait. It's dead of night. He's got a fire. And I sneak up. I sneak up to Camp Rocky. Sneak up. And right then, right when he sees me, I grab the biggest stick on fire that I can find. I get my hand burnt. I don't care. I gotta kill Rocky somehow, get Camp Buckets back. Stab him in the throat with the flaming stick. And he dies right there. I just drag him right next to Brock, who got hit with the rock. So then I got Prime Bruce Lee? No, Royce Gracie. Sorry. Royce Gracie.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, that'll help. So, with Gracie, I walk out to the open area. I'm like, Gracie, it's me and you. Let's go. Right here. Me and you. Me and you. This is 2 weeks later. We're both tired, have only eaten like bugs, and I've eaten a little bit of Brock.
He's very lean.
It's delicious.
I did.
So,
Ready to go.
I mean, I seared it,
Hand seared.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on. So I got a little more energy than him. He's tired. I'm only half tired. And I know if I don't go on the ground, I got a solid chance. I have 50-50 standing. If we go on the ground, it's like 1-0. It doesn't even make sense, right? So, we're squaring up. I coming at him with tiger monkey slaps. Just wiggling my hands. He's like, ow. Then I say, Gracie, stop. Right now, I need you to decide front hand or backhand.
Wow.
And he's like, what? Front hand or backhand, Gracie? He chooses front hand, and I front hand his non-shoe wearing mother off. His feet came off because he wasn't wearing any shoes. So now he's sitting there just ankles.
Just ankles.
Just ankles. He goes knee, calf, ankle, nothing. So then I just look down on him and just leave him there. He's fine. He's in the middle of a field. He'll die, and he died 4 days later. I watched him. So now it's been 2.5 weeks, and all I got left is Carl Lewis. So it's me and Carl Lewis. First day, he thought this was track meet. He just ran. He's just been running this whole time. So I just keep watching him. I'm wondering how long he can go, and if he actually might be a robot. But he's not. So then
2 weeks in.
So this is 3 weeks now. That is 3 weeks. We're encroaching on a month of just terrible programming for the people who aren't in the Hunger Games. My district is upset at me, but I'm alive. So I lean up to Carl Lewis. I'm like, Carl Lewis, this is stupid. We've been out here for almost a month. I'm tired. You're tired. Let's call a truce. He's like, you know what? I don't know if we can do that. We can if we pretend we're a couple, like those two people did in the first meeting. So he's like, yeah, we can do this. I'm like, Carl Lewis, you don't understand that we're going to have to, kiss, and this is going to be weird. He's like, yeah, I'm down, man. So he comes in, trying to give me a kiss. Boom! Brock's forearm bone straight up in his throat. He forgot that I had it because I was wearing long sleeves when I came to Hunger Games. So I pulled it out like some Assassin's Creed type stuff. Bob! Throw him down. I ain't a homo, Carl Lewis, and then I leave. And that's how I win.
That's the highlight from the Hunger Games. They show
that
it.
is how I win the Hunger Games.
That was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I hope that was as painful for you as it was for me to try and figure out a way that
No,
I could actually beat these people.
The most painful Hunger Games to watch would be Buckets versus Viking because we would just try and wait each other. And sneaking around.
Like Connor's pretending to be dead, while Viking is in the trees, with actual
Is he dead? You're poking with a stick, then you'll leave him.
I
I don't know how I
is
feel.
he dead? Kick.
Eventually, we just team up and we just go and we just kill all the. I don't even remember the top people in
all the
District
people.
1.
All the people, yeah.
We take over the Hunger Games world.
So really, I think we're running pretty low on time. We've been just killing it with this. So we're just going to run through our best 5 real quick. save Avante story of the week for next week so that way it can be a huge story.
Yeah,
Because it's
we
going to
got-
be a long one. We know the story,
we
and
got
it's
it.
kind of crazy.
Easy one
But
coming
we
for
feel like
y'all.
we need to give it its due time to really let you process the information and understand how ridiculous that this is.
And it's all real too. It's definitely real.
Yeah.
Even though you wouldn't be able to believe it based off of his Hunger Games story, because that sounded like he did that earlier, like last
Oh,
week.
man, yeah.
Like last week, I defeated child support.
child
Like,
support.
so anyway, so we're gonna do our best 5. This week, our best 5 is vacation spots, places that we love to visit, and so we'll go around. Each one of us will give one place, and then together that's 5. That's why we call it the best 5. So vacation spot. Jay, what you got?
I'm a huge fan of Long Beach, California.
Long Beach, Mike.
Lake Powell, which is in I think it's Arizona. It's like a portion of the Grand Canyon that has been due to the dam and stuff. It's like a lake now, and it's so you can drive through. You can go on a boat through like the Grand Canyon.
All right, Scooty.
I'm gonna say Dublin, Ireland, because it's Ireland.
Right.
All right, Monte.
Well, all right. I'm gonna say San Diego, California, because I lived there for a year and a half, and it became like my pseudo home, my second home. So
Okay. All right, and I'm gonna go with New York City. Been there once, really enjoyed it. Caught a Yankees game, and that was awesome. So, real quick, we'll go back around one time.
Long
Jay?
Beach.
Viking,
Lake Powell.
Scooty,
Dublin.
Monte,
San Diego.
and mine is New York City. So, since we have no Vontae story of the week, this pretty well brings us to the end of the podcast. So, what I need you guys to do is get onto the interwebs, like and comment on our blog, which is thestarting5podcast.wordpress.com. And then go to our YouTube page, which is under the same name, Starting 5 Podcast. Like all our videos, subscribe, comment, tell us what you would have done in a situation against each of our impromptu question celebrities that we had to defeat. And if you think it's really probable that Vontae would have actually defeated child support. Because I think that was the biggest battle of today.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, everybody say goodbye. Jay,
Signing off, fellas.
Viking,
It was fun. See ya.
Scooty,
Hola.
Vontae.
Holla at your koala, man. They
All right.
still can't hold me.
All right, see you guys.